My name's David Perry and I'm the station manager at Roundhouse Radio. I manage kind of a team of 30 to 40 young people who produce shows regularly for Roundhouse Radio. So Roundhouse Radio is a youth-led radio station aimed at giving young people the opportunity to make the kind of radio that they want to. So that means that we don't really have a genre, like specific setting for our shows. It depends on the passions of the young person involved. Some people want to do rock, some people want to do indie, there's dubstep, but then there's also kind of speech radio, so we have a culture show, we have radio dramas, we have all sorts of stuff really. Well, there's a lot of ways people can get involved with Roundhouse Radio. Three main ways though, really. One is we have people pitching for their own shows. These are people who usually kind of got a bit of background in radio and are kind of ready to do a show on their own. Two, we have Radio Drop-In, which is basically, it runs in 10-week sessions and it's a weekly kind of 2-hour drop-in session where there's a tutor that leads it and people can learn basic radio skills, presenting, kind of interviews, putting together packages, all kind of things like that. And then we also run kind of training courses and workshops, which are, they'll either kind of be on a specific topic, so learning more about a specific type of software, or also maybe a project geared around making a specific type of radio. So quite recently we had a radio drama project, which was I think a 4 or 5 week project, where the end was to make a couple of radio dramas. I like radio, I guess. I think it's a really interesting way of kind of communicating with people. Because it's not visual, you have to really think about the way that you put things across and the way things come across. And I just find that really interesting, the way that you have to really think about the way that you communicate things with people. Just get involved with radio, like do some radio is the best way to do it, like that's the only way to get it good at. So there's about 1 million ways to do radio. There's hospital radio, there's community radio stations like Roundhouse, there's kind of there's the places where they want kind of there's online radio stations where you can make shows for them, there's places that want podcasts, or you can just make your own podcasts. You know, just get out there and make some radio, find somewhere that will let you, how, if you don't know anything about it, there's lots of places that will teach you about it, and if you do, then just get out making some of your own. The future of radio, that's quite a hard question. I think it's just like, I guess, different mediums, looking at different ways that can interact with radio. I mean, I think it's obvious radio's going to switch to DAB, like all radio, commercial radio's pretty soon is going to switch to DAB. And I think it's kind of about like looking at different ways, way radio can interact with people, so that's like social media and like things like visualised audio, kind of blogging and like, conversations of Twitter and things like that. Like, yeah, I think that's the future of radio. We're currently in our pilot season, so we're going to be taking on probably about another 10 new shows in the next kind of month. We're also kind of looking at developing a radio day, which is kind of a big social event where we're going to bring down industry professionals to kind of chat to our young people. We're also going to be doing some festival coverage. Yeah, I think that's some of the main stuff.
I'm Nelson Hilton, I'm 16 and my interest is music radio, mainly rock, so yeah. I've been coming to the Roundhouse to their radio drop-in sessions, which is like training for about a year and a half. I'm a broadcast assistant on Alex Science Presents and I'm pitching for my own show. Well, I just help set up the desk, set up the equipment and make sure it's all working for Alex when he goes on there. Hopefully, yeah, I'd really enjoy a career in radio. Like, if I could, that's the dream, really. Hopefully, yeah, my own show on a radio station, like a proper radio. Well, sorry, this is this is a proper radio station, but I mean probably a paid job in radio would be the dream. I think actually achieving a presenting job here on Roundhouse Radio, I think that would be next step.
My name is Alex. I am a radio presenter here on a Tuesday evening between 8 and 9. It's called Alex Irons Presents. I promote local acts from all genres across London.
Cool. So how did you develop the idea for your...
I just kind of, like, I always thought that, like, I've always preferred local music and smaller bands over the bigger bands and stuff that's in the chart. And people always say that there's never anything to do. So I'm just like, well, there's loads of stuff to do, you've just got to go and find it. And I want to show people that there are things to do, there are bands to go and see and to go and support, and there's so much to do here. I plan I get the music from throughout the week from bands who are looking to get some airplay. Come up with interviews. I go out and I interview bands in like bigger bands who are playing in venues, and yeah, that's about it really. I like how I can just talk and talk and talk and nobody's telling me to be quiet. But just to kind of getting your word out there, and you kind of, if you've got something to offer and if people are willing to listen in, then you can attract people to come in. You've got a hook there that people can come in every week. They kind of know what to expect and they know like what your show's about, sort of thing. And that's kind of, I've always enjoyed listening to radio and kind of what, like, all the little aspects of it, and I kind of wanted to bring my own ideas into the business. It's probably going to be more digitalised. I'd have thought with like DAB coming in and has done for within the past 10 years, I'd say. So it's probably going to be a lot more digitalised. I wouldn't say the radio is dying, because that's not true. There's a lot more community stations and there are a lot more smaller stations out there nowadays. So there are more chances for people to get into radio. It's just kind of, I don't know, I'd just say it's going to be a bit more digitalised. Obviously there's, with the websites that radio stations have, it's not just radio, there's video in there, you've got all sorts going on. So I wouldn't say radio is just radio anymore, but a whole wide range of media and other things going on as well. If anyone who wants to go in, I'd just say find like your local station, or like even if it's not something like the Roundhouse, but maybe like a community station. If you have an idea, go to your local community station and say, hey, I've got an idea, I want to do a show. They'll put you through training, and then when you're ready, they'll put you through. That's all I can really say about like getting into radio, because that's how I got into doing it. So yeah, that's all really I have to say.